The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for Valentine's Day. Did you remember to get something for your loved one? We went out to dinner Friday to celebrate our 28th anniversary of dating. Can't imagine anyone putting up with me for 28 years, but yep, here we are. Anyway, we got a good one for you today. If you would have said at the end of April that the Cleveland Indians in 1988 would have a better record than the Oakland A's, you'd have gotten some good money on FanDuel for it, but here we are. I would make a joke about yet here we are, but he's the starting pitcher for the Indians today. Cleveland is 13-8 as we play the games of the last day of April 1988, Saturday, April 30. And on the mound for Oakland is Bob Welch, who is not having a good year so far. And the A's are off to a slow start. Now, again, granted, it's game 23 for them, but they're 11-11. It's not what you expected from Oakland. They should be winning this division rather comfortably and going to the World Series and avoiding Kirk Gibson. But as we play these games, the Indians are in first. The A's are like third or fourth. You ready? I'm ready. Let's play some baseball on a Wednesday, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Today from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. It's the Cleveland Indians and the Oakland Athletics. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And it will be Bob Welch against Rich Yett on a cool but nice clear day on the shores of Lake Erie. Welch 1-3 with an earned run average close to 7, and Yett 1-0 with an earned run average of 318. Play ball! And so let's tell you about Mr. Yett making his third start of the year. He'll make 22. He's 26 years old, fastball at 88. He is on 2 weeks rest. He started 2 games against Baltimore, which is why his numbers are good. His last game on the 15th, so he's, again, a full 15 days rest. 6-5 win for the Tribe, 6 innings, 108 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, a home run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. So overall for Rich, 11 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. That home run we talked about, he's walked 2, struck out 9, is 1-0 with an earned run average of 318. And this will be the lineup he will face today. Carney Lansford leading off for Oakland at third. Stan Javier in left will bat second. How you doing, Forrest? Good morning from San Diego. Good morning from 4 degrees in England, in Burlington. Jose Canseco on right will go third. Dave Parker, the DH, cleans up. Mark McGuire will bat fifth at first base. Ready for some 88 Indians goodness, Tribe fan says. Not sure those last 2 words were an oxymoron in 88 like Jumbo Shrimp. I remember they got some Game of the Week love. I think Vin and Joe might have actually done this game. Or an early Indians game that year. Of course, what was it, 87 that they were on the cover of Sports Illustrated? Dave Henderson, by the way, will bat 6th in center field. Terry Steinbach behind the plate will go 7th. Glenn Hubbard will play 2nd and bat 8th. Nice. The wind chill is 4 degrees. The actual temperature is 21 here. Walt Weiss, by the way, at short will bat 9th. And Yett should throw about 110 pitches. That should get him 7 if all goes well. Defensively for Cleveland, Mel Hall of 5 and a 2 in left. Joe Carter at 8 and a 5 in center. Corey Snyder is 7 and a 9 in right. Brooke Jacoby is a 6 at third. Jay Bell is 6 at short. Julio Franco is a 5 at second. Willie Upshaw a 6 at first. Allenson is 6 and a 5 behind the plate, and yet is a 7 on the mound, a good fielder, a 1,000 fielding percentage. Carney Lansford stepping in at 256, a home run, 4 doubles, and 6 RBI. Again, weather is good, 62 degrees. How you doing, Mike in the truck? Wind blowing out to right center, so along the coastline in clear skies. As we get going, Lansford hits a ground ball to Franco. Great play by Julio. Throws it to Upshaw, 1 away. So for Franco, that's his 4th great play. He's already 30 years old. Wow. Ageless. So here's Javier. Stan, a good start for him in a part-time position. 292. No homers and 5 RBI. Yet winds and delivers. And that's a bunt almost. In fact, it is a bunt. Allenson has it, flips over to Franco, and that's an error. Upshaw has to go get it. And Javier, is he going to go to second? That's already the 3rd error of the year for Allenson, who threw it in the dirt, and Franco couldn't get it. Javier has great speed and took second as Upshaw tried to find it. Not the start Cleveland wants. Here's Canseco at 282, 3 home runs and 13 RBI. Javier leaning towards third, and the throwback to second is back in time. So the error charged to Yet. Pitch to Canseco from the stretch. Struck him out. He chased a 1-2 changeup. 2 out for Dave Parker. At 264, 3 homers and 11 RBI. So Javier will be going on contact here with 2 out. Into left center. Carter moving over. Will make the catch, and that will do it. The error does not hurt. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Half an inning. It's Oakland nothing. Here comes Cleveland. So Bob Welch will get better as the year goes along. He made 36 starts. This is start number 6 for him. 32 years old. Fastball at 87. And a standard pitcher. He's on 6 days rest. He's lost his last 3 starts, as a matter of fact, and was absolutely Christmas treat in his last 2. He last faced the White Sox on the 24th, went 5 innings in an 11-8 loss, threw 78 pitches, 8 hits, 9 runs. In fact, he's given up 16 earned runs over his last 11 innings. A home run and 2 walks, no strikeouts. Overall, Welch scuffling a bit, 32 2/3, 39 pitches, 25 runs, all earned. He's given up 2 homers, 15 walks, and 14 strikeouts. When the White Sox beat him on April 15th, his earned run average was 374. It has jumped to 689. Here's how the Indians will line up. Julio Franco leads off at second. Willie Upshaw at first will bat second. Pat Tabler, the DH, will go third. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. Carter in center will clean up. Mel Hall in left will bat fifth. Brooke Jacoby at third goes sixth. Corey Snyder in right will bat seventh. Jay Bell at short goes eighth. Allenson, who made that error in the first, will bat ninth behind the plate. And Welch probably won't go a complete game, but he could give you 8 on his 120 pitches. Defensively for Oakland, Javier 5 and a 3 in left. Henderson is 7 and a 4 in center. Canseco was 6 and a 9 in right. Lansford, as I move the mouse, is a 4 at third. Walt Weiss an 8 at short. Glenn Hubbard a 6 at second. McGuire a 7 at first. Steinbach a 7 and a 7 behind the plate. Drink up. And Welch is a 7 on the mound with a 980 fielding percentage. Franco stepping in at 341. He's hit 3 home runs and driven in 10. And this one for Cleveland starts with ball 4. So Franco might draw a throw here. Here's Willie Upshaw. at 264, 2 homers and 12 RBI. Again, a windy day here in Burlington, not at the ballpark. 21 degrees with a wind chill of 4. Throw to first, as I suspected, and Franco's back and not going anywhere. We had our first measurable snow for the month of February last night, which marks the latest in the 129 years we've had recorded weather here of snow in February. Good afternoon, John. How are you? Pitch to Upshaw. Willie hits a high fly ball to right, but that will drop, and Canseco was there. And Franco goes back to first. And if you're wondering, it is with this in this ballpark where Canseco had the ball plunk off his head, right about where the 375 in the alley sign was, I believe. Pat Tabler at 226, no homers, 2 doubles, and 4 RBI. 1 out. Welch again throws to first, and Franco is back. Center field, Hendu, 2 out. So Franco retreats, and there's 2 out for Joe Carter at 260, 4 home runs and 15 RBI. No score here in the first, Saturday, April 30th, 1988. Pitch or throw again to first. That's a little more aggressive for the computer, and Franco's back. And he'll hit Carter, and now you got first and second and 2 out. I'm not sure Welch meant to get him. It was high and tight, and Carter got nailed in the arm. So that'll bring up Mel Hall, 296, 3 homers, and 9 RBI. How you doing, Big Dave? More importantly, how's your buddy? So 2 on, 2 out here in the first in a scoreless game. Pitch to Hall. Line drive first base side. McGuire can't get there. And somebody from Dayton made the long drive up. And the count is full to Hall. Right field. Canseco moving over in the alley, and that will retire the side. The Indians strand 2. They don't get a hit. No runs or no errors. And after 1, it's Oakland nothing, Cleveland nothing. So McGuire, Henderson, and Steinbach here in the second to face yet. McGuire at 347. He says those vitamin B12 shots he gets makes him more alert at the plate. 6 home runs, 21 RBI. He has walked 11 times already and only struck out 9. Yet's pitch to third. Jacoby has it, makes a good play on it, has a good throw to first, and McGuire is retired 1 away. Making strides, but not out of the woods. That's good. Glad to hear it. Jacoby makes his 3rd good play of the year at first. Here's Henderson. Dave at 143. He really had some good years in Oakland. 2 homers and 6 RBI. The Dayton person, Tribe fan, says, must have been born in Cleveland to make a trip up unless they really couldn't wait 2 years to see McGuire and Canseco. We talked about before when we did a game here at Municipal. I mean, this looks like a pretty healthy crowd. You can get 25,000 people here, and it still looked 2/3 empty because it was. Slow chopper to Bell. Jay in almost on the grass. Throws to Upshaw. And Hendu, is he out? On an eyelash, on a bang-banger, 2 out. For Steinbach, hitting 300, a home run, and 8 RBI. So yet, with the 2 weeks rest, looks really good so far. To Bell again, this should be an easier play. Has time to autograph it. Throws to first, and the A's are retired here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after an inning and a half, no score. So Jacoby, Snyder, and Bell to face Welch Welch here in the second. Jacoby at 244, 2 homers, and 15 RBI. Bob starts his second with a line drive down to Lansford, 1 away. Brings up Corey Snyder, hitting 270, 6 homers, and 15 RBI. I bet, Tribe fan, you could get some really cheap seats out in that outfield. Draws the walk. So Snyder, full count fastball missed high. Now bring up Bell. Can he bunt? 1 away, hitting 169, a home run, and 7 RBI. Now the drummer was in the covered portion by the scoreboard, right? Bell's going to lay one down here. He does. Steinbach throws to first. Hubbard is there, and Bell is retired. If you're only hitting 160, you're going to bunt. So 2 out for Andy Allenson. John Adams was probably near the light beer sign. So that would be out in right center field, where the lights would be out there for the ad. And since that was such a cavernous part, you could just hear it all the way through. Allenson at 250, a home run, and 8 RBI. So Snyder moves up to second, will score on a single. Pitch to Andy. That's laced into right field. Going to drop in for a hit. Canseco has a good arm. Snyder has average speed. Doc Edwards is going to send him home. Canseco puts a little mustard on the throw, but that's just going to go in the infield, and Cleveland leads 1-0. We got some smelling salts if you need them there, Tribe fan. So 2 out, 1-0 for Julio Franco, who walked his first time up. Stadium cheers. Yay! Bob Welch opening 9, 43 pitches, inning in 2/3, a hit, and 2 walks. He has walked 17 while striking out 14. In real life, that was almost a 2-to-1 ratio the other way. So Franco on at the plate. Allenson not a threat to steal. Welch's pitch. Got him. First strikeout for Bob. They'll take care of the side. However, the Allenson single scores Corey Snyder. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. And they leave on 1. After 2, it's a lot of accounting. It's Cleveland 1, Oakland 0. So Hubbard, Weiss, and Lansford to face Yet here in the 3rd. Glenn at 333 with 2 RBI. Yet's pitch up the middle. Bell has it by the bag at second, over to first, 1 out. For Walt Weiss, Walter at 275. No homers and 5 RBI. That's a base hit in the left center field. He goes the opposite way, and Hall will pick it up. So Oakland has a base runner, not their first. Opening 9 for Yet. 32 pitches, 2 1/3. And Weiss is a good candidate to double up. A hit and a strikeout. Lansford is 0 for 1. Walked him. So first and second, Yet didn't like the call, but it was a 3-0 curve, high and away. Brings up Javier, who's 0 for 1. Oakland threatening in the 3rd. They trail 1-0. Up the middle, pass Franco for a base hit. I'm not sure they're going to get Weiss. He's going to round 3rd. Carter throws it in, but Weiss is held. Interesting decision by the computer not to send him, especially with 1 out. But on the other hand, here comes Canseco, who struck out his first time up. So here comes the Bash brothers with Parker on deck. So Yet working his way from the frying pan right into the fire. Deep breath and deals. Struck him out. He got him to chase a full count fastball. So 2 out, You can relax a little bit here for Parker, but not much. Dave is 0 for 1. Yet now a work from the wind with 2 out. Does so. And Parker sends this one into center. Carter moves over in the alley and will make the catch. So a bases loaded jam, and Rich says, not yet. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The A's have left on 4, and after 2.5, Cleveland 1, Oakland nothing. So Upshaw, Tabler, and Carter. Willie is 0 for 1. Ground ball to first. McGuire has it, 1 away. Brings up Tabler, who's 0 for 1. Welch, left center. Henderson, the crowd likes it. So does Hendu, 2 out. Here's Carter. Was hit by a pitch his first time up. Gets some wood on it, sends it to center. Henderson says second verse, same as the first, and after 3, it's still 1-0 Cleveland. So McGuire is 0 for 1. Henderson and Steinbach, yet masterful in working out of that bases loaded jam in the 3rd. McGuire's 0 for 1. Draws the walk. 3-0 fastball, miss low. McGuire has my speed. He's not a threat to steal. Here's Henderson. He's 0 for 1. Drops one down. Foul. Really? Huh. It's an 0-2 count. Why wouldn't you swing away? That's kind of interesting. Yet's pitch. And that's ripped into left center field for a base hit. So on 2 strikes, Yet lost him. Oh, will throw it back in. McGuire is going to try for 3rd. Yeah, strange time in the game to bunt. They're going to try for McGuire at 3rd. It's a good throw. And he's in there. All right, now you got me curious. His bunt rating's a 5, which is an average bunter. It is the Go-Go A's, so it's not necessarily a bad move. So runners on the corners for Steinbach, who was 0 for 1. And again, that got me by surprise. Wouldn't have played for that. Pitch to Terry, who's 0 for 1. Now he's 1 for 2. Ground ball left side. McGuire's going to score. Henderson's going to hold at second. And the A's have finally timed Yet pretty well. Here's Hubbard. Glenn is 0 for 1. Glad to have you along on a Wednesday. We'll be with you tomorrow. I have to check to see who I picked. But we're into May after this. So it'll be Dave Winfield month here on Retro Sports Network. Hubbard draws the walk, and the bases are loaded for the 2nd inning in a row. Yet has loaded them, so it's Hendu on 3rd, Steinbach on 2nd, Hubbard on 1st. Because we all know that Dave Winfield is Mr. May. Weiss singled his first time up. Nobody out. Yet worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the 3rd. Allenson wants to remind him of that as he goes to the mound and back. Weiss ground ball opposite way for a base hit. Henderson will score. Steinbach will round 3rd. What's Hall going to do? And they're going to try for the runner at the plate. Steinbach has a full head of steam. It's a good throw to the plate, but it's late. And up the line. So Steinbach scores, and the A's have a 3 spot. It's 3-1. Tribe fan will now write me a 9-page comment to tell me how rigged my games are, right? Yet Pitching more like the rich yet where we expected the groans from the stadium for the pun and the play. 18 batters, 60 pitches, 3 innings plus, 5 hits. All 3 runs are earned. He has walked 3 and struck out 2. One of the walks was Lansford, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. So the bases remain loaded. It's 3-1 Oakland. I'm sorry, there's no runner on third. Lansford back to Yet. Snares it. Franco for 1. Upshaw for 2. And so it's a 1-4-3 double play. So the runner moves to third, 2 out for Javier, who is 1 for 2. Hubbard dancing down the line at third. Laced into right in front of Corey Snyder, and it's 4-1 Oakland. So a productive inning for the A's, and it makes you wonder why they even tried to bunt Henderson. Julian's son with an RBI single, indeed. Primarily, his dad Julian played for the Cardinals, and Stan, by the time everything was said and done, played for pretty much everybody. So here's Canseco, who has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Got him again. A 1-2 changeup swung on and missed. So Canseco has not helped the cause. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. And after 3.5, it's now Oakland 4, Cleveland 1. Yep. Yoda says, serviceable utility outfielder Stan was in left field today. So here are the standings. Milwaukee and Cleveland are tied for first in the American League East. Then the Tigers, Yankees, Blue Jays. And don't worry about the Red Sox yet. Remember, this is the year of Morgan Magic, but they're only 3.5 up on Baltimore. In the West, Oakland's in third. They're 4.5 behind the Royals. And the Twins have been very steady, followed by the White Sox, Rangers, Seattle, and California. In the National League, Pittsburgh a 1.5 up on the Mets as we close out April. And then the Phillies are 2.5 back. In the West, the Dodgers and the Reds are tied for first, and San Francisco is slumped a bit. They're 4.5 back. And because politeness is always the key, we won't mention San Diego. So Mel Hall is 0 for 1, and Welch, who has a win already, is looking for a second, has been handed a 3-run lead as we start the bottom of the 4th. Slow ground ball to Weiss. Walt has to hurry. Hall is not hurrying enough for the out, and Jamie's right. The Red Sox always have to overcome the Juckett jinx. Ooh, Mel Hall got hurt. Turned his ankle getting out of the box, or calf muscle, but he'll stay in the game. Here's Jacoby, who's 0 for 1. I would be the one that would do 2004, and they would finish in 5th, right? Won't even finish in 2nd. Jacoby's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 2 for Welch. Got him on an 0-2 fastball swinging. 2 out for Snyder, who walked and scored the lone run for Cleveland in the 2nd. Base hit. No, it's an error. Lansford was on the grass. He got a piece of it. He makes his first error of the year at third. Couldn't even try a throw. It just kind of hit his glove and popped out. So a 2-out error, the first for Oakland, and here is Jay Bell, who sacrificed his first time up. Welch deals. Line drive foul, third base side. Somebody from Akron made the play. And the count is 0-2. And he balks. So Welch draws the ball. LaRussa barking from the dugout. He threatens if he ever makes a computer game, does Tony LaRussa, that there won't be any balks. Balks are bad. The count to Bell is 0-2. Welch delivers. Ground ball to third. Lansford has it. Looks Snyder back. Well, there's 2 out anyway. Throws to McGuire, who makes the catch and retires the side. No runs, no hits. The balk does not hurt. We go to the fifth. It's 4-1 Oakland. A young 3-year-old LeBron James in the crowd getting that one. Yep. You think he would have appeared on the Mike Douglas show at 3 if it was around? It'd be Parker, McGuire, and remember, you couldn't get much higher. And Dave Henderson. Parker is 0 for 2. Yet starts the fifth. Struck him out. That's 4 for Rich. 2-2 fastball. You must have seen that clip of Tiger on the Mike Douglas show, right? Okay. I'm assuming that everyone that's watching has seen it. He was a golf prodigy then. McGuire was not a golf prodigy. Pretty good ball player for Southern Cal. Walked and scored in his 0 for 1. You know who else was on that particular show with Tiger Woods? McGuire swings. That's into left center field for a base hit. And again, he's not going to steal. 7th hit for Oakland. Henderson 1 for 2. Dave has singled and scored. Yet's pitch. And that's ball 4. So McGuire on second, Henderson on first for Steinbach, who was 1 for 2 himself, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. It's hard enough. I suppose Tiger was young enough that it really didn't matter, all those lights and stuff. And he took that swing with the plastic driver. I'll give you one more second to tell me if you can remember who was on with him. There's a ground ball to third. Jacoby's got it. Franco for 1. Julio turns and pivots. Throws to first for the out, and it's a 5-4-3 double play. You're going to have to wait through the commercial. How about that? A 22 and windy here in Burlington after halfway home, 4-1 Oakland. All right, halfway home on this last day of April 1988. A's lead 4-1 here. Andy Allenson had an RBI single in the second to make it 1-0 Cleveland. Oakland loaded the bases in the third, could not score. Then they sent 8 to the plate in the fourth and played 4. Terry Steinbach an RBI single to score McGuire to make it a 1-1 game. Then Walt Weiss with a 2-run single to make it 3-1. And then Javier with a single to score Glenn Hubbard to make it 4-1. Bob Welch, easily his best effort of the year so far, a 1-hitter through 4. And Rich is not yet done, but not pitching well. A 7-hitter through 5. He's given up 4 runs. Allenson stepping in 1 for 1. A single and an RBI. It was Bob Hope. So here's little Tiger Woods there with his plastic golf club, with Bob Hope cheering him on. Ah, the 70s. I mean, that would be just so surreal, wouldn't it? If Scotty was here, he would think he'd been eating an edible or something like that. Pitch to Allenson. There's a ground ball to third. Lansford has it over to McGuire. For the out, going away. For Franco, who's 0 for 1, he is struck out and walked. Welch opening 18, 77 pitches, 4 1/3. A hit. 1 run it was earned. He was walked to and struck out to. Easily Welch's best effort so far of the young year. It's game 23 for Oakland and 22 for Cleveland. Up the middle, past Hubbard, and a base hit. So Franco has a single. That's only the second hit for Cleveland. Here's Upshaw. Willie is 0 for 2. Welch throws to first because Franco has good speed, and Franco is back. Into right field, Canseco going to grab it for the out, and Franco goes back to first. If there's one thing that would be hard to describe, if you had to say one of the stranger things about the 70s, if you were explaining it to a kid or a grandkid or something like that, it would be the fact that, can you make a request? Just don't ask about a song for a dead dog. What do you need there, Johnny? Is the fact that everyone just kind of appeared on everybody's shows, whether it mattered or not. Here's Tabler. He's 0 for 2. Gets away from Steinbach, and Franco moves up to second. So a pass ball. And the count is full. So Cleveland trying to make some noise here in the 5th. So Franco on second. A full count to Tabler and 2 out. Welch's pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. I'm waiting to see what the request is here. Here's Carter. Joe is 0 for 1. First and second, 2 out. Rex Barney, Orioles PA announcer, always pronounce players named Willie as Wooly. He remembers Wooly Upshaw and Wooly Wilson. Sign that kid to a contract. Barney was a decent pitcher in his own right for the Brooklyn Dodgers. So here's Carter. He's 0 for 1. First and second, 2 out. Welch has now walked 3. Friday, May 20th, A's and Yankees. Okay, your one and only trip to the stadium. That might be selected for a game anyway. Senior class trip to New York City for the weekend. Remind me, after the game, I'll mark it. Carter swings, ground ball to Welch, throws to McGuire, and Carter is safe. So Carter was motoring down the line, and now the bases are loaded for Mel Hall, who is 0 for 2. There's I got a request for John Smoltz's first start too. So if you're not on the road, hang with me after the game, and I'll make sure I'll select that. And if they're the Saturday game, then I'll make sure we do that. All you remember is that Welch pitched and Dave Parker hit a home run. It's because John was enjoying some of the mighty beverages offered at Yankee Stadium. Pitch to Hall, bases loaded down the line and right. Canseco will pick it up. Franco's going to score. Tabler's going to round third. It's 4-2. Canseco has a good arm. And is he a dead duck at the plate? It's going to be close. Tabler slides. He's in there. And it's 4-3. That's what you hear a lot of the first time. Was that the first game you ever saw in grass? So a 2-run single, and it's now 4-3 Oakland. As Franco and Tabler score. Here's Jacoby. Brooke is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. John says, never thought I'd ever seen blue look any bluer and green grass looking any greener than you walked up the tunnel. You hear that so much when you hear of someone going to their first game or whatever. It's not obviously blue at Fenway Park, but how the grass was so green and the wall was so green or there. I'm sure when Tribe Fan Went to his first game here in Cleveland. Oh, your first game was at Wrigley in 82. Okay. Just how well these lawns are taken care of. Steinbach and Welch have a word. Now a one-run ball game. Welch from the stretch. Got him. So a swing and a miss, and that'll do it. But 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. We go to the 6th here at Municipal. It's 4-3 Oakland. Yeah, had a few months to cure over the painted dirt. Tribe fan is not cynical in any way, shape, or form. I would imagine so, John says. I think it was the twilight effect of the lights reflecting down on the field. I don't think Wrigley was all that well maintained in the early 80s. It's amazing what being a superstation in Harry Carey did for the Cubs. Yeah, I bet it is embedded in your brain. Hubbard is 0 for 1 with a walk. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error, and 6 left on. 3 runs, 4 hits, an error, and 6 left on for Cleveland. And here in Cleveland, they used a lot of green paint, especially during football season. Pitch to Hubbard. Ball 4. Let me ask Mr. Tribe fan if he thinks they're serious about the Browns moving to another site in the area. Here's Weiss. Hubbard with a 3-1 walk. Fastball was in the dirt. Walt 2 for 2. He has singled twice and driven in 2. Jamie says, my biggest takeaway from going to the first game he remembers is how it seems the guys on your baseball cards came to life. Tribe fan thinks that the Browns buying land for a new stadium is a ploy. Cubs Mets late in August at 82. Was just happy to be there, as were most of the players on the field, I'm sure. So here's Weiss. They've yet to retire him, and they've still yet to retire him as he punches that one into right field for a base hit. He's 3 for 3. Hubbard is going to go to third. He was going to third on contact. So runners on the corners, nobody out. And for Weiss, that's his 3rd hit today. So I got to keep an eye on Yet's pitch count here. Nobody out in the 6th. He's over 100. Jamie's first games he remembers going to was at Memorial in Baltimore. 1980, Boston and Baltimore. Was that the game? I know that was the year that some Yahoo got on the field and burned the grass. I remember watching a game of the week from Baltimore. I think it was against the Red Sox, where they were having trouble showing the field because they had burned words onto the grass. Here's Carney Lansford, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, which Yet desperately needs, in a walk. Rich, 101 pitches, 27 batters, 5+ innings. He's pretty much at brass tacks. 8 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and all 4 runs are earned. Snap throw down to Upshaw, and Weiss is back. Ball 1. Weiss, they got him. So they got Weiss leaning the wrong way, and Allenson throws him out. Not a bad play there. So 1 out. It takes away the double play, and that runner now is on third by himself. It's 4-3 Oakland here. 1 out, top the 6th. Don't remember what that could have been, Jamie says. Yaz hit a homer. That's always fun. There were Red Sox fans near us, and we're yelling at Butch Hobson the entire game. Yep. I don't think Hobson ever really endeared himself to Red Sox Nation. Pitch to Lansford. Hubbard on third. Carney grounds one to the mound. Yet first base side. Throws to first. 2 out. Runner will hold for Javier, who's 2 for 3. Single twice. Driven in a run. We are taping Digital Dice in about 45 minutes. We'll have a guest. Dave Arlington joins us today for the Detroit episode, 214. Base hit, left center field. Hubbard's going to score. It's going to get over Bell and be in front of Carter. Javier a wide turn. And for Stan, that's his third hit today and his second RBI. So here's Canseco, yet pretty much done. But Canseco has struck out 3 times. Not the 4th. That's gone. So Canseco bashed one down the line and left, and it's a 6-3 game as I leave in yet one batter, 7-3. One batter too long. So here it is again. Canseco just ripped that meatball down the line. No way, Jose. Jamie says he went part of a friend's birthday and he got the long ball baseball game as a gift. Oh, really? So that was your first exposure to the hobby? So Yet's day is done. Oh, lefty, righty, righty. You don't want to bring in Doug Jones. John Farrell, future pitching coach of the Red Sox. On 2 days rep, Jeff Dedman. Look, this bullpen is, in the words of Grand Funk Railroad, some kind of awful. So Jeff Dedman never wore plaid, 28 years old, fastball at 91. Ground ball plus pitcher, pitched a week ago in a 9-10 loss to the Twins. Took the loss, as a matter of fact, inning in 2/3, 38 pitches, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned. A walk and a strikeout. 3 1/3 for Jeff, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. So Oakland doing Oakland things. Indians bullpen are gasoline to the fire. Yeah, Scotty Bales is going to pitch in this one, I think. Scotty's here, speaking of that. Dave Parker 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Dedman starts his effort. Ground ball passed up short in the right field for a base hit. So Oakland taking the lumber out here. They are now have 11 hits. Here's McGuire. Mark is 1 for 2. Has singled, scored, and walked. And that's in the left center field for a base hit. So Dedman, pitching like one, hasn't gotten anybody out. Parker, is he going to go for third? Throw is cut off by Bell. And his runners on the corners, 2 out. For Henderson, Dave is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and walked. Runners on the corners. A's trying to break this one open here in the 6th. Nubler down to Jacoby. Brook will go to Franco for the easy out there, and that will retire the side. However, no way, Jose. A 2-run homer, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The A's have left on 8. And after 5.5, it's Oakland 7, Cleveland 3. So Welch, his day is nearly done. To face Snyder, Bell, and Allenson. Corey, who did not wear his sunglasses at night. A walk, a run scored, and is 0 for 1. Walked him. Second walk for Snyder. And Welch has now walked 4 for Jay Bell. Jay is 0 for 1. He's got a bunt. Indians have been held to 4 hits through 5. But Welch has walked 4. Struck him out, and that'll do it for Welch. So an 0-2 curve looked at for strike 3, and here is Eric Kerplunk. Eric making his 10th appearance, 25 years old. Fastball, hard fastball at 98. And as a ground ball plus pitcher, he's on 3 days rest. He last pitched the 26th against the Jays in a 6-5 loss and took the loss. He's actually 0-2 with a 4.30 ERA. He went 1 inning through 29 pitches, allowed 2 hits, a home run, 3 runs all earned, a walk and a strikeout. Overall, 14 2/3, 11 hits, 7 runs. He has walked 6 and struck out 20. So Snyder on first, Allenson 1 for 2. He has himself an RBI single. That came in the second. Struck him out. 21 for Plunk. A 1-2 fastball at 98 got him looking. So 2 out for Franco, who was 1 for 2 with a walk. A strikeout and a single, and a run scored. Got him! So Plunk strikes out 2. After 6, no runs, no hits, no errors. The Indians leave on 1, but it's Oakland 7, Cleveland 3. So Dedman to face Steinbach, Hubbard, and Weiss here in the 7th. Terry 1 for 3, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Right back to Jeff, first base side of the mound, throws to first, 1 out. For Hubbard, who has walked twice and is 0 for 1. He's now walked 3 times. Didn't even take the bat off the shoulders, 4 straight. Missed away. So here's Weiss. Cleveland has yet to retire him. He's 3 for 3. He has singled thrice and driven in 2. Struck him out. So Dedman got him on a full count strike, and Weiss incredulous as he heads back to the dugout. It's a late called strike 3. 2 out for Lansford. Carnage is 0 for 3. A walk, and grounded into a double play. There goes Hubbard to throw down to Franco, and Glenn steals it. Are you kidding me? He had a 30% chance, and he steals the bag. He does not take it out of its moorings, show it to the sky, and declares he's the greatest in baseball history. Wow. 1 stolen base on the year for Hubbard. So a 1 strike count to Lansford. Ground ball to third. Jacoby over to Upshaw. And it's stretch time, 7-3 Oakland. Cleveland's got about 2 innings before they get to Eckersley. Upshaw's 0 for 3. Plunk has struck out 2. Base hit left field. Javier in the left center will grab it, but not before Upshaw's on with a leadoff single. 5th hit for the Tribe. Oakland is 12. Tabler going to get pinch hit here. Who can hit a righty? The man, the myth, the legend, Carmen Castillo coming up. Carmen at 280, a home run and 2 RBI. In for Tabler. And remember, when you pinch hit for the DH, it's not a pinch hitter. And he rips this one in the right for a base hit. Canseco will pick it up. But Cleveland has something going here. Upshaw will bluff, but not go. So nobody out here in the 7th. Cleveland timing Plunk. Here's Carter. Joe is 1 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch and a single. Plunk delivers in the left. The crowd likes it. So does Javier. And Julian's kid makes the catch. Upshaw goes back to second. Really? Upshaw's going to hold. Not bases loaded. I guess you pinch hit Tabler, which is what we did. I would never have guessed that. With the bases loaded, I hope this doesn't lose my... There was someone who was happy I didn't read off what he called reams of stats. I never would have guessed that with the bases loaded over his career, Pat Tabler was 43 for 88. Wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. Here's Mel Hall. He's 1 for 3. Single driven in 2. That came in the 5th. First and second, one out here in the 7th. Slow ground ball over the mound. Weiss on the grass. Over to McGuire for the out. 2 away. But Castillo and Upshaw, both with good speed, move up 90. And a single would make it 7-5. See if Brooke Jacoby accommodates. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. No, it was someone just gets... You watch a ball game today, and they talk about launch angles and exit velocity and all that. And first of all, Cook doesn't put that in his games. So no, it was he said I was a breath of fresh air because I didn't do reams of stats. So no, it was a compliment. Second and third, 2 out. Cleveland trying to get back in this. Pitt and Steinbach and Plunk will have a word. Up the middle, base hit past Hubbard. Upshaw's going to score. Castillo is going to round third. Henry did not have a great arm. He throws it in, and it's 7-5. So a 2-run single for Jacoby. And Cleveland right back in it with 2 out here in the 7th for Corey Snyder, who was walked twice and scored once. He's 0 for 1. Yeah. Baseball has a problem, not necessarily with Joe Davis, but it's had a problem for years on a national level of being called by people who don't like the sport. And I'm not talking about MLB Network. Whatever sport that you are blessed enough to call on a national basis, you better like. Struck him out and Plunk's out of it, but not before he gives up 2 on 3 hits and no errors. So the 1-2 fastball was swung on and missed, but Cleveland's still in this after 7-5 Oakland. And since we've all been chatty today, I got to be out of here probably after 9 if this game ties up, because I got to... If Mr. Gardner's still here, we have a 1:30 interview. Here's Javier. Stan is 3 for 4. Has singled 3 times and driven in 2. He's had a pretty good ball game. Dedman, in his last inning here, will start the 8th with a ground ball to Franco behind the bag. Great throw to first for the out. Good range by Franco, and he picked himself up, dusted himself off, and threw to first. It's his second good play of the day. So here's Canseco. He had struck out 3 times before he ended Rich Yett's day with a good home run to left. He now has hit 4 and driven in 15. And he draws the walk. And full count curve. Dedman didn't like it. And that's going to be his day. So enter Scotty Bales, the lefty, making his first relief appearance. Has pitched really well for Cleveland, although he's not supposed to pitch again until like May 4th. His first loss of the year came in his last start on the 24th. 8 innings, 139 pitches. Talking about taking one for the team. Goodness gracious. 13 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, a homer, He has walked one and struck out two. So Scotty, 33 innings, 29 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned, 2 homers. He has walked 5 and struck out 13. I think, exit velocity, launch angle, I think, is important. What are you doing? Are you hitting line drives? Are you able to get a ball out? It's always interesting when someone swings the bat at 105 at a fastball thrown at you at 98. I mean, they're kind of interesting things to know. And I think, again, launch angle helps with swings. It's kind of like a golf swing when you pull out the driver. I mean, I suppose if you're a golfer, Parker, by the way, 1 for 4, he singled and struck out, that that you hit the driver at 160 miles an hour, if that's what your target is. But in the grand scheme of things, as a fan, do you care? I don't think that's just you, Jamie. Canseco on first, and Bales will throw over there, and Jose is back. Into right center, Carter will make the catch for the out. Canseco goes back. So 2 out here in the 8th for McGuire. Mark is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, scored, and walked. Jamie says, I think all that's important for someone analyzing a swing. Yeah, but for a fan, just a fan watching a game, if he went all out, it matters. I also think, and maybe it's just me, is that if you get caught up trying to, do the perfect textbook swing, do you end up hurting yourself trying to exert it yourself? Just a thought. Canseco takes the lead. McGuire hits a ground ball to short. Bell goes to Franco for the force, and that'll end the inning. 6-4. Greg Cadaret coming in to pitch the bottom of the 8th at 7-5. Oakland, no runs, no hits, no errors. So Cadaret making his 8th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 3.38 ERA. 26 fastball at 96. And a ground ball plus pitcher. He hasn't pitched in a week either. He last pitched in an 11-8 loss to the White Sox. He faced 1 batter on 3 pitches. Overall for Greg, 8 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A home run, a walk, or 4 walks and 8 strikeouts. And just so you know, I can't go past 1:15 Eastern. It's now 1:02. Jay Bell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bottom of the 8th, 7-5 Oakland. Base hit right center field, so Canseco will pick it up. Hubbard should have had it, and the tying run, as Hubbard makes his 5th poor play of the year. He doesn't finish the year at second. Here's Allenson. Andy is 1 for 3. He has singled, driven in a run, and struck out. They play for the bunt, McGuire and Lansford. Cadaret goes to the plate, struck him out. So 1-2 fastball swung on and missed. Here's Franco. Julio 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out twice, and walked, and scored a run. And he draws the walk, and the tying run is on first. 1 out, as Cadaret, and Steinbach didn't like that call either. Full count changeup missed high. We got a righty that can pinch hit for Upshaw. Who can hit a lefty? Here is Ron Kittle. And we're going to have a pitching change to boot. It's Rick Honeycutt. So lefty versus righty in Honeycutt. Cadaret's day is done. First and second, 1 out. here in the eighth. Honeycutt making his eighth appearance, 34 years old. Fastball 85 and a fly ball pitcher. Last pitched on the 26th, went 1 inning in a 6-5 loss to Toronto. 13 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. Overall, 9 1/3, 9 hits, 3 unearned runs. A home run allowed to Seattle. Unearned, he walked 2 and struck out 9. Kittle will stay in. He does not have a pinch hit. First and second, 1 out. He is here to hit a home run. So feast or famine for Kittle. He's 3 for 15, a home run and 2 RBI. He has struck out 5 times. Honeycutt from the stretch, and Kittle draws the walk. And so they're loaded, 1 out for Carmen Castillo. Carmen singled and scored when he came in the game. So the Indians making the most that they can out of this with 1 out in the eighth. 7-5 Oakland. Deep breath from Honeycutt. Struck him out. So 2 out, bases loaded for Joe Carter. 66 degrees, the wind's blowing straight out to right at 13. A comfortable day here in Cleveland. 7 runs, 12 hits, an error for Oakland. They have left on 10. 5 runs, 8 hits, an error for Cleveland, and they have left on 8. But they can take the lead here with an extra base hit. Pitch to Carter. In the right, Canseco, and Cleveland leaves them loaded. After 8. All that, no runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the ninth, 7-5 A's. So Henderson, Steinbach, and Hubbard to face Scotty Bales here in the ninth. Hendu 1 for 3, a run scored and a walk. The game insists I have 9 fielders. And how bad is the Cleveland bench? Ron Washington goes to first. He's a 1. Cleveland is now left on 11. Dave is 1 for 3. A single, a run scored, and a walk. Bales starts the ninth. Right back to Scotty. Throws to Washington. 1 out. For the Indians in the ninth, it'll be Hall, Jacoby, and Snyder. Here's Steinbach. Terry 1 for 4, a single and RBI. Right back up the box to Bales. 2 out. So here's Hubbard. He's walked 3 times, scored twice, and stolen a base. He's 0 for 1. Bales winds and deals. And that's into right field for a 2-out single. If the computer sends Hubbard here. So that's the 13th hit for Oakland. Walt Weiss has had himself a day. He is 3 for 4. Has singled 3 times, driven in 2, and struck out once. He'll single again, this time in the left center field. Ropes that one in for a base hit. Hubbard will round second. He's going to go because the throw goes into Bell. And Walt Weiss has a 4-hit ball game. So first and third for Lansford, who is 0 for 4. He is grounded into a double play and walked. So runners on the corners, 2 out, top of the ninth, 7-5 Oakland. And Mike Gallego will pinch hit. Gallego, 500 as a pinch hitter. 161, no homers and 2 RBI on the year. Oakland looking to get an insurance run here off of Bales in the ninth. Hubbard on third, Weiss on first. Ground ball to short. Bell to Franco, and they'll get the 6-4 force. That'll do it for Oakland. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They have left on 12. How very Boston Red Sox of them. Bottom of the ninth, 7-5 Oakland. So Honeycutt for the moment stays in. I don't think you pinch hit for Hall. You don't pinch hit for Hall. You do have Dennis Eckersley come in to pitch. And so Eck trying to nail down his third save of the year. 34 years old, fastball at 89, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Making his 6th appearance. He hasn't pitched in 8 days. He went 1/3 of an inning. 13 pitches, a walk, and a strikeout. His last 1-inning save was April 8th against the Angels. So it's been a while. 4 innings overall. Eck, 3 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. He's 34. Fastball at 89 and a ground ball plus pitcher. So Hall, Jacoby, and Snyder. Cleveland 2 to tie, 3 to win. Pitch to Hall. Ground ball to Weiss. Walt makes a diving stop. Throws to first. 1 out. So for Weiss, that's his 3rd great play of the year. Jacoby 1 for 4. Has singled, driven in 2, and struck out twice. Eck winds and fires. Second verse to Weiss, not as great as the first, but the same nonetheless, and there's 2 out. So last chance saloon for Cleveland here. For Corey Snyder, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Eck, deep breath. And Weiss is going to do the hat trick. He throws to McGuire, and Oakland is going to win this one by the score of 7-5. So 4 hours and 6 fake minutes. 7 runs, timed it just right, yeah. 7 runs, 14 hits, an error for Oakland. They leave on 12. I guess you give Weiss the Digital Dice MVP, 4 for 5 and 2 RBI. A's moved to 12 and 11. Cleveland, 5 runs, 8 hits, an error. And they left on 11. Welch, it seems like 5 hours ago, picked up his 2nd win. 5 and a third, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. You're welcome. We'll be with you tomorrow, Dave. Hope things continue to get better. Plunk, Cataray, and Honeycutt gets the hold, yet takes a moxie. That's a good word for that. And Eckersley picks up his 3rd save, yet his first loss, 5 2/3, 10 hits. All 7 runs are earned, and Oakland, for the moment, moves to 4 games back. All right. Let's do the rest of this Saturday in baseball for you. And then we'll tell you what we got tomorrow. Twins beat the Red Sox 4-3. Juan Berenguer beats Bruce Hurst. Dwight Evans 2 for 3, hits his 3rd. Toronto 5-1 over California. Eichhorn over Boyce. Philly beats Atlanta 10-4. Don Carmen, not all by himself, picks up the win. He goes to 1-1. Mailer 0-5. Bradley 2 for 4 and a triple. Giants beat the Cubs 3-1. Hammaker 2-0. Al Nipper 0-2. Kevin Mitchell is 7th of the year, 2 for 4 and 2 RBI. Texas 5, the Yankees 2. Bobby Witt 2-3. Rich Dotson didn't like pitching in New York. He's 0-4. Hey, it's Mr. May. Dave Winfield hits his 3rd, 1 for 2 and 2 walks. Seattle beat the Tigers 8-5. Bill Swift 1-2. All right, so yeah, the 20th, right? I'll get to that in a minute. Henneman takes the loss. Henry Cotto 2 for 3, his 4 RBIs and drives in 2. Mets beat the Reds 6-2. Ojeda goes to 3-1. Tom Browning falls to the same record. Nick Kosaski 2 for 3. His fourth, drives in 2. Houston beats Montreal in 10, 4-3. Camacho, 2-1. Jeff Parrott falls to 0-2. Andres Galarraga, 2 for 3. Hits his seventh. Kansas City, 3-1 over Milwaukee, so Oakland gains no ground. Charlie Leibrandt, 4-1. Legman doesn't open a grocery store, falls to 1-3. George Brett, 11 for 3. His fourth, drives in 2. Baltimore 6-4 over the White Sox. That's not good. Thurman 1-3. Horton falls to 2-3. Ozzie Guillen 3 for 5 with a double. Cardinals get 20 hits. Dodgers walk 10 and 16 hits themselves. In 13 innings, St. Louis beats them 14-10. So would that be the Rams beating the Rams? Peters gets the win, Holton the loss, and Kirk Gibson 3 for 5 with his fifth. And last but not least, Forrest, San Diego beats Pittsburgh 3-2. Mark Grant 1-1. I'll tell Dick Enberg about that in great detail at some point. Bob Walks falls to 1-3. And Jose Lean 3 for 4 with a triple. Tomorrow, the Dodgers and Pirates. It's Oral Hershiser tomorrow. All right, what did I pick for the 21st? Have I picked a game for that already? No, it's a night game, so I can do that. All right, so we'll take that one. Tommy John and Bob Welch on May 20th. But tomorrow, Pirates and Dodgers, we'll see you for that. We might even do a doubleheader for that. You know what? That's the week I broke my back. I got a great story about that game when we get there. We'll tell you about it then. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching. So long.